have said that you are concerned that Israel has their eyes on Iran's nuclear facilities. Tell us more about that. What is the fear, especially for the U.S.?
Well, take a look. I mean, they took out Iraq's nuclear facility. They've taken out Syria's nuclear facility. And this message that they sent with this very small strike into the Isfahan province, probably just targeting open area or empty buildings for no other reason to say that we can reach you. It's concerning. It's great that Iran has said we're not going to retaliate, that everything is good. We're gonna throttle back. This is not a big deal. But the real problem, there's two problems here. Number one, attacking Iran's structure. Israel, as strong as they are, I don't believe they have the capability of actually taking it out, considering how heavily buried and how deep it is. So if they try to do it, it's very likely that Iran will have to spool up and get that nuclear program, because from their standpoint, it'll be use it or lose it at that point. And then the United States will really have no choice but to go in and take it. If anybody's going to take out Iran's nuclear program militarily, it has to be the United States.
Tell me why.
Well, because I believe that the United States is really the only country in the world with the wherewithal to actually go in and do it, with B-2 bombers, penetrator bombs that are dropped from 40,000 feet, GPS anti-jam, guided weapons, with fighter escort, EA-18 Growlers. We have the intelligence. We have the capacity to do it. It's a very hard battle problem for Israel to cross multiple countries. You've got Jordan, Syria, and Iraq there in the way. You've also got Saudi Arabia. So if anybody's going to do it, it should be the United States. We should be the one taking the heat, because we'll have the best probability of actually taking it out. Of course, that would be an absolute last resort. We'd only do it if we felt that Iran is maybe a few weeks away from fielding weapon, which quite frankly would be an existential threat for Iran, and a not quite existential threat, but a very serious threat for the United States as well.
Okay, I appreciate that. In terms of this current conflict, how long do you expect the back and forth to go on? Do you think that Iran truly is turning down the temperature? We can expect no more strikes and counterstrikes between Israel and Iran at this point.
Well, honestly, the back and forth has been going on ever since October 7th. Iran is going to continue to provide weapons through any means necessary, any channels that it possibly can, to Hamas, to Hezbollah, to the Houthi rebels, to the Shiite militias in Syria and Iraq that have been pestering Western interests, that are attacking Israel right now. If Hezbollah comes in from the north, starts launching 1,000 rockets a day, I believe the U.S. again will have no choice but to get directly involved, because you'll simply overwhelm Iron Dome. There just aren't enough weapons to knock every one of those weapons out in the sky. So the back and forth has been going on quite, for some time. In terms of the direct military exchange, Iran does not have anything to gain from a direct attack in Israel. That's just not how they operate. They operate through proxy. They operate surreptitiously. And frankly, their standing and their strategic position in the Middle East had gone up significantly, I believe, just by a lack of leadership from the United States. The backhanded support we've been giving Israel by saying one thing and then something completely separate in the next sentence. So Israel works behind the scenes. They work through their proxies. That's their modus operandi. They don't value human life. They only value their Islamic revolution and their hatred of Israel.
Okay, I appreciate that perspective. Last question for you. The U.S. saying it would not get involved militarily, instead imposing these new sanctions on the country. You say those sanctions will not have much of an impact. Explain why.
Well, there's already hundreds of sanctions going on against Iran, against various companies, certain individuals, freezing their assets, and that's all well and good, and we should definitely do that. But where it really will hurt Iran is taking them out of the global banking system so that they can't use dollars, and also their oil sales. China is buying about $4 billion of oil from Iran, and Iran is selling oil to other countries around the world. They're still pumping it out. They're making record amounts of revenue. The only way really to stop Iran's war machine and their supply in their tracks is to impose these sanctions and enforce them through the international community. We're going to need to get the Western powers involved. We're going to need to get other members of the UN Security Council involved. That's the only way that we're going to make it happen. If we do it on our own and other countries don't come with us, then it looks kind of toothless. We'll have to see if the other countries in the world, like Britain and France and Japan, will go with us. And of course, it's a lot harder to do that with energy production in the United States hampered, such as not supplying Western Europe with loads of liquid natural gas, which would make them more dependent from Russia. So it's a complex problem, but there's a solution if our government would just be willing to do it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.